are you, sir? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's go. Oh, you're too long. I need to be out at 10. Somebody wants to make work session on next Tuesday. Tuesday? Yeah. Okay. We'll probably have a full ticket. I think it's just going to be based on what we see. No, I do. Shout out.
Really? Oh no. I'm gonna
No sensible threat. I have no idea what I'm going to say.
Actually had slides too. Maria, you got to put them in.
So far, there has
Don't know one is and then distributors and the hub space. The new union brand
Is that right?
and these are good slides.
Oh, wow.
Great. You too, man. How you doing?
Check. Yeah.
working okay?
You've been playing quite a bit of golf? You've been playing quite a bit of golf?
I played probably twice a week up in Lake Placid while I was there. And played yesterday. It seems getting the picnic on Lake Placid and going to walk in the summertime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
I don't seem to be getting any better.
Check, check. I think it's just these. There we go. That'll do it.
And then I've been running pretty much everything.
Rather than fiddling with the individual mics. Yeah. Yeah, right.
I didn't even pick it up in a year, so I never got it.
I started in my 40s as well. I got suckered into it. I used to make policies and play golf.
Yeah.
I got suckered into a charity golf tournament. More than anything, I enjoyed it.
This was all panned to one side. Yeah.
Just growing with more people you knew that played golf, the more golf you played.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a good waste of time. It was great. I think I did more business on the golf course than I did anything else.
No, never mind. I'm gonna use this one.
Well, for raffle tickets, for sale.
Promise you. Where's Tom? Tom! Tell Tom we're ready to start.
I never used to drink.
Behind you.
But I always have a beer after golf. I never used to drink. Oh, that's my wife. One wife's a kid on that list.
There you go.
That's why I started.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. There we go. I already did. I'll do it again. Here. There. All right. That sucker's loud. Welcome to the November 5th meeting of the Rotary Club of Tucson. I'd like to introduce Marcia Crumweedy to do the pledge and song, and welcome everyone as Marcia's coming up here to do pledge and song. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our song today is My Country 'Tis of Thee. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. And where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims far, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Thank you, everyone. Special thanks to Mr. Chris Dodge on the keyboard there. Thank you. Before you start talking again, unfortunately, we have a moment of silence. Member Frank Dahl's beloved wife Sandy lost her battle with cancer. She was born in St. Paul, Minnesota on August 21st of 1954. She joined her future husband Frank as they drove up the highway to Alaska, where Frank had a business there and she was his right-hand man. But the winters got the best of them as, quote, the older you get, the longer the winters get. So they moved to Tucson in 2010, bought a beautiful ranch on Speedway. Sandy lost her battle with cancer on October 15th, and the memorial service is on November 22nd at Calvary Chapel. Frank is thankful for the 30 years they were together and grateful to the club for the support. Cards are going around, so if you can please sign them, that would be great. And a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Chris Dodge, Mr. Tucson Jazz,
All right.
has our moment of inspiration.
All right, so I'm going to start the inspiration with a question. How many people here have made a mistake in their lives? Anybody? Thank you for the two-handed answers for many of you guys, because we know that's true. So, Miles Davis, you know I'm a musician, she just said that. Miles Davis is quoted as saying, "It's not the note you play, that's the wrong note. It's the note that you play afterwards that makes it right." Ooh, I saw some people hit wrong. Oh my gosh, what are you going to do? So my question is, and our next inevitable mistake that we make, and as Rotarians, are you going to let that wrong note become a weed, or will you let that wrong note bloom into a beautiful flower? That's it.
Bravo, maestro. Oh, there you are. Mr. Dan Calm is insurance through State Farm is going to introduce our guests.
Thank you. Well, all right, so I'm here to introduce and welcome guests. We have it virtually at home. And I guess virtually at home, for sure, we have Frank Dahl and Arnie Jacobson watching from home, and anybody else watching from home, welcome. If you're here as a guest, I believe we have 3 of you. I would encourage you to find out about opportunities to join our Rotary, because our Rotary is awesome. We do a great job. We have a lot of fun. And if you're thinking about joining a club and you want to be a part of something more and something special, we'd encourage you to stop at the back table over there in the corner and grab a membership packet and see what it's all about. All right, so let me welcome the guests that are here. If you're here, would you please stand so we could recognize you? So guest of Lietta Eisenman, Dominic Smith. Dominic? Guest of Jim Murphy, Frank Hickey. Frank? And last but not least, guest of Chris Edwards, Corbin Edwards. Corbin? So welcome, welcome. It's so good to have everybody here and see those smiling faces. I will point out that Miss Margaret Higgins is back from Australia, and she is looking lovely as ever. Welcome back, Margaret.
Thank you, Dan. Welcome back, Margaret. So one of our club's favorite things every week is our Cookie Monster. So, Jim Wood, where are ya? Merrill Lynch, come on up. So as today's cookie sponsor, Jim gets not only, here we go, check out the table tents on the cookie trays. So Jim Wood from Merrill Lynch is on there. He also gets the cool Rotary tote bag that he gets to take all the leftover cookies in. There you go. Yay. And last but certainly not least, he gets the limited edition, highly sought after Cookie Monster badge. So yes, the only way that you can get a Cookie Monster badge is by being a Cookie Monster. So, here you go, Jim. And we do have a couple. So those of you who actually have one of those, raise your hand. All right. See, we got a couple. So you too can join this exclusive group. All right. Does it look good on him or what?
Thank you, Don.
For our program today, it is my honor to introduce you. Today's Tucson Treasure wants you all to see what's been going on at the TBG. The Tucson Botanical Gardens on Alvernon, north of Grant, has butterflies, trains, and dinosaurs, in addition to awesome plants. In her 14 years as its CEO, Michelle Conklin's vision has helped our garden grow. Lots of new exhibits, including Frida Kahlo. More than 1 million lights up. You all are going to want to go. She's a world-renowned leader in botanical care, so let's welcome Michelle. She's got stories to share.
Oh, thank you, Dot. I always look for Dot's little poems to cheer me up. So it's been a while since I've talked to a Rotary group, a long time. Most often I'm speaking to public garden professionals or donors or members, people kind of who get us. Or as a fundraiser, I put on my fundraising hat and I'm talking to other fundraisers. And let's be frank, those are people who annoy us sometimes. But today, as I look around the room, I see that there's a lot of people who may not share some things in common. We may not all be gardeners, and that's absolutely fine, because in truth, I have to tell you that when I applied for the job at the Botanical Garden, someone asked me in a rather judgmental tone, "So are you a gardener?" And I said, well, this is my idea of gardening. You put the vase of fresh flowers on the dining room table. Yeah. And then you don't count on me to take care of them, because obviously I'm not a gardener. This is actually a vase of fresh flowers that was near my dining room table. But luckily, my job isn't to keep the plants alive. My job is really to hire the people who can. So even if you don't share the talent of caring for plants, Rotarian members and garden members have something very deep in common. We believe in growth, we believe in community, we believe in planting seeds, not only in the soil, but in people and in future generations. So this year at the Botanical Gardens, we're celebrating 50 years. And this has given me a little bit of time to ask a big question. You know, what has 50 years of gardening taught us, and why should we care? But I want to go back and rewind in order to answer that. Why should we care? Well, it looks like my slides are out of, it's okay. So first of all, I'm going to talk about our founding. Our founding of our garden is not through grandeur, like many other places. Up on the left, you'll see that's Huntington Gardens, found by railroad magnates. On the lower, that's Longwood Garden. That's the DuPont family. On the upper right, that's Cheekwood Garden. That's just a little summer home that was donated by a grocery magnate. So the Tucson Botanical Gardens, we're very proudly founded by, a geologist, a cowboy nurseryman, and his wife. That's Rutger Porter in the middle, Bernice on the right, and Harrison Yoakum on the left. A portion of our grounds was once the private home of the Porter family, and it was a gathering place. It was fondly called Porterville, and it was there that they raised their 3 daughters. And Mrs. Porter was, as I said, a naturalist. Mr. Porter founded the first nursery in Tucson, and if you see an Aleppo pine anywhere in Tucson, you can bet that Mr. Porter was the one that planted it. After Mr. Porter passed, Bernice made a really beautiful and bold decision. She donated her home to the city of Tucson with one wish, that it become a public botanic garden, something for everyone. And in 1975, the city of Tucson transferred the deed over to the club, the Tucson Botanical Gardens, with the help of the Garden Club, Tucson Garden Club, the Ira Society, and community champions like Lillian Fisher, Harrison Yoakum, Bill Rowe, David Lovett Sr. The gardens began after that to really take root figuratively. So in context, this is Alvernon and Grant back in 1953. Fast forward to the 90s, this is the gardens in the 90s, and then here we are today. 7.5 acres plus. We'll talk more about that later. And we have about 70% shade cover. But as you can see, we're a little landlocked. And as you know, we all tried to buy fries a few years ago. And I'm Italian, so I hold a grudge, so we don't like to talk about that. This situation has really posed some real challenges for our garden, especially when it comes to parking, as all of you know. We'll talk about that later. So let's continue about the chat on growth. So how many people are we talking about visit the gardens? So when I started working in the gardens in 2002, we had 700 household members. Today we have about 6,400 households. We had 12,000 visitors for the whole year. Currently we're at about 150,000. Yeah. We've been honored to receive USA Today's Reader's Choice Award as the 4th best botanical garden in the country 3 times in a row. The Canadian Garden Tourist Council named us one of the best gardens in North America, and we consistently receive TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Awards. But at the gardens, it's really not always about numbers and awards, although we do love awards. We serve through our programs such as horticultural therapy, one of our programs that serves individuals with disabilities, physical, emotional, cognitive challenges. A young woman named Philippa Johnstone leads that program, and she's the only licensed horticultural therapist in the country. For adults, we have all kinds of things, as many of you know, lectures, classes, docent-led tours, children's programs, classes in design, nature, art history. Our point is to help edify those that are nature appreciator and foster those that aren't, to learn to love nature. We've been voted the #1 place to get married in Tucson, and we're the perfect place to get married, the perfect spot for a celebration of life, corporate meeting. And if you were lucky enough, a couple of weeks ago, you attended our gala, where we had 500 people in the garden for one heck of a party. Behind the scenes, we have a lot of care that goes into making our garden. We have a budget last year that exceeded $5.2 million. So our garden is led by a visionary board of directors. I see some former board members in our audience today. And they guide our strategy. They steward our fundraising. They help us with lots of visioning. The day-to-day is carried out by a staff of nearly 50 members. We've got biologists, horticulturalists, educators, marketers, fundraisers, facility rental, admission, and of course we couldn't do it without about 150 volunteers who spent 8,000 hours last year helping us. So we've got, as I said, thank God we have those volunteers because we have public events, and I know you all understand public events. Our Cox Butterfly and Orchid Pavilion, one of our most popular events, is led by a University of Arizona graduate, Michael Madsen. It's known in the country as one of the best. And I'm not just saying that. We hired a consultant to come out, and he took me aside and he said, I hope you're paying this young man a lot of money because he's the best I've ever seen. So, and we are paying him a lot of money. We also have the Great Garden Express. So the premier train garden design company, there is such a thing in the world, designed the Smithsonian's Institute's exhibit, Longwood Gardens train exhibit, and this exhibit is comprised of 6 engines, 3 different layers of trains, a landscape that is true to the Southwest, and I know that because when they arrived in Tucson from Kentucky, I sent them up to Mount Lemmon to do some homework, and they came back and they have replicated the hoodoos of Mount Lemmon, and they've replicated Diablo Canyon as part of the landscape of this train exhibit. So this exhibit has been incredible. And then we have our newest family favorite tradition, Lights Up, a holiday festival of lights, over 1 million lights. This too was designed by a landscape architect who only designs holiday garden shows, like who knew? If you go to Atlanta Botanic Garden, you'll see his work as well. We invested $500,000 into this exhibit to create the exhibit, but I'm so proud that about 70% of that funding went right back into the community to pay artists to create the exhibit. So there are 7 different locations, zones, 7 different musical themes, 7 different artistic themes, and it's just been a joy. We hire a team to climb 80 feet up into the trees to wrap the lights, and every year there's something new, so I hope you join us this year. 44 nights, opens the day after Thanksgiving, closes January 12th. And our newest exhibit is Frida Kahlo. So Frida's garden is a brand new garden, the first garden we've installed in a long time. It takes up 4,500 square feet in the center of the garden. It was inspired by Frida Kahlo's iconic Casa Azul in Mexico City. And it was really an interesting journey. About 3 years ago, San Antonio Botanic Garden called me and said, we want to do a Frida Kahlo exhibit. We know you had one in 2015. Do I have to deal with the New York Botanic Garden? I'm like, heck no, just do it yourself. They built it. They sold it to Naples Botanical Garden. They had it for 1 year. Then they called me and they said, Michelle, do you want it in Tucson? And I said, I want it, and I'll buy it only if we can keep it permanent. I know I did not want to travel this. I wanted to find a permanent home for Kahlo's exhibit. And lo and behold, a 54-foot freight truck arrived. It actually was stored on Speedway in a shopping center parking lot for a year. And we unloaded it in August. We opened it October 12th. Frida Kahlo's family flew up to cut the ribbon. The director of Casa Azul and the Bank of Mexico representative came up to cut the ribbon, and it feels like life has never been the same. We brought in a local landscape architect, Maria Varas, give her a plug, because she designed this space, and it's incredible. So let's see. This is a picture that we're very proud of the Kahlo family, the Diego Rivera Trust Officer, of course our Mexican consulate, and I'm still kind of walking on cloud 9. If you've been to the garden, you've noticed that we've had some construction. Bill Lloyd and Brad Lloyd and his team helped us remodel the visitor center, expand it, got a new ticketing booth. We've got some handicap accessibility we've addressed. We've completely renovated our gift shop. And over the summer, we also added a couple of more new garden spaces. We had a garden in the middle that I just told the staff, why can't we just pick up this big wall and flip it and turn it around? And then they all laughed at me because things are apparently not that easy. But in the end, they did just pick up the wall and flip it around. So it was done. We opened a new Zen gallery, a meditation center, and of course our Frito Garlic. All of this started May 1st and it all finished October 10th. It was a busy summer. So with all of the growth we've had, how do we manage this? So in 2019, our board approved a 25-year master plan. And I recall I just said we couldn't buy fries. So since we couldn't go north, we decided let's try to go south. South of us is a dead-end street with 13 houses. So we decided to try to buy all of the houses. But in this plan, I will tell you, it does include a 2.5-acre children's garden, youth center, parking, facilities, all kinds of the entrance to a new cafe, and as well as a new butterfly and orchid pavilion. Currently, all of our butterfly functions happen out of one building. We feed them in the kitchen where the staff eats. It just doesn't work. So we plan to build a new building eventually. The new design will have all those functions will be under one roof. So within 2 months of approving this plan, houses started to come up for sale. 2 houses came up within 2 months and we bought them. The next year, another one, we bought it. The next year, another one, we bought it, and so on and so forth. We literally are buying the street one house at a time. And then just for fun, 2 months ago, we bought a Japanese garden. Like most people impulse buy at Costco, I kind of like, oh, it went for sale, let's buy it. So the Yume Japanese garden anchors that corner for us and finishes the plan. Mayor and City Council just approved an updated Grant and Alvernon plan. It's reinforcing the city and the neighborhood's commitment to our vision and the garden's place in the community. We only really have 2 more houses on the north end, and we would own that whole north end. We have phased in our master plan, so house 1, 2, and 3 is a part of the future children's garden. House 4, 5, 6, and 7 is part of a new reception and sculpture garden, and the south end addresses the parking situation. So we're really moving very, very quickly. I will tell you that most of those houses, all of them except one, is completely paid for, so the gardens is in very good financial position. Our board, we're doing due diligence on protecting the future of our garden. So what did we learn through all of this 50 years? We've learned that growth takes time, and it certainly isn't in a straight line. We've learned that beauty and purpose can coexist. And I always say good things grow on Alvernon and Grant, and those of you who know the reputation of Alvernon and Grant kind of get that. And that community is something that you plant, you protect, and you nurture. So I made it short because I'm making this presentation short because I want to open it up for questions, but I really, most of all, want to thank you for the seeds that you plant every day in your work, in your service to our community. And I thank you for letting me share a piece of our garden with you, because in the end, the Tucson Botanical Gardens isn't really a collection of just plants. We're a place where stories, people, nature come together, and it's even a place for people who think gardening is just simply putting a vase of fresh flowers on the dining room table. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question. How many of you in here are members of the Tucson Botanical Gardens?
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's not nearly enough.
Yeah.
How many of you have ever been there?
All
Yeah.
right.
Better
Very good.
answer. All right. So now we got to switch some of those hands then. Sorry, what? Oh, say that louder, Lee. The holiday light show is excellent. Quote, Leo Litsky.
Thank you.
I've been there. It's fabulous. Did you say there? How many lights are in that?
It's over 1 million.
Over 1 million. They hit 1 million last year, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. And so those of you who have been there, what's your favorite part? The trains? Trains are good. Butterflies?
We're always looking for train volunteers. Anyone who likes to tinker, just call us.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, butterflies, yes. All right, Dan has, all right, Drea has a question.
I was just wondering, is there like a certain time to get Christmas tickets, and how long does that last?
Oh, Christmas tickets have been on sale since the end of August. Yes, and ticket sales are way up this year, so you can go right online. It's time ticketing. That really helps with the parking. You really don't have a lot to worry about like back in the old days when we lit those 3,000 luminaria bags and then blew them out every night and lit them again. This time, you set your time that you come, and it'll have a pretty easy time finding a parking place. Yeah.
Can you talk about the seasons within the botanical garden? Because I know the way that we see seasons out in the desert and how they exhibit themselves in the botanical garden might coalesce, and they might be different. I'd be interested in knowing what that looks like.
Yeah, I'm from Michigan originally, so moving here was really quite a transition. It was like moving from the earth to the moon my first week here. Not for my family, they loved it. But when I started to work at the gardens, that's when I really began to understand what seasons are. Right now, it's shocking how much color there is at the gardens. I don't think I've ever seen as much color. Of course, we do have 3,000 marigolds planted, and that helps. And then as soon as those go away, we've ordered 400 poinsettia plants to come in. But you'll see in the winter, the cactus garden is beautiful. And in the spring, everything is beautiful. And in the summer, everything is lush. Unlike, when we have a great monsoon season, all of your gardens look beautiful. We haven't had a good monsoon season, so as a botanical garden, we do a lot of watering. You don't want to know what our water bill is, but because of that, it's truly 10 degrees cooler in our garden than it is outside of our garden. Yeah. Except for inside the butterfly house. We do not have reclaimed water system. The city of Tucson hasn't gone as far as up Alvernon yet, right? We are looking at, we think we found an old well. So we're going to be exploring what that might look like. Yeah.
I remember bringing my daughter many years ago and learning about there being 3,000 different varieties of yucca and agave, and that was pretty amazing. So it's a great place. If you haven't been, go check it out. And how did you guys do such amazing development over the last 15 years? Because when I went, we didn't have 120,000 people visiting.
Yeah, well, what we did is, I'll tell you what we did. Because there's a lot of gardens in Tucson, and they are all freaking incredible. From the Sonoran Desert Museum to Tohono Chul, everyone has their focus. That's what we did. We took a look at what are we. In fact, our mission statement was originally was to live sustainably in a desert environment. And once I got there, I'm like, that's not what we're doing, because we're on historic property. Half of it is very water thirsty. We're in the middle of a neighborhood surrounded by all these people. We're really a people's garden. We have an incredible plant collection, the best in the city when it comes to the varieties of different cactus that we have. But we decided, we looked at what are we really good at? What can we do? How can we shine? And it was really putting a focus, plants first, but people are almost right up there. So bringing in traveling exhibits. As I said, I'm not a gardener, so I had to figure out, it's easy to get a gardener to come to a botanical garden. How do you get people like me who don't want to play in the dirt to come to gardens? And how do you make that connection? I have always loved gardens. I've been visiting gardens since I was about 5 years old. I was more of a music theater kind of person and didn't want to play in the dirt, but I appreciated the dirt, the soil. Yeah. Yeah. Any
Anybody else have a question?
Any questions?
Last questions.
All right, well,
Thank you very much. Thank
Michelle.
you.
Stay for 1 second. So Michelle, our Rotary Club is very involved with and engaged in youth literacy. So what we ask our speakers to do is sign a book that goes into our Make Way for Books library. And this one is called Lily's Garden Adventures. So Michelle, if you would sign that, we'll put it in our Make Way. Okay, so today we have count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 birthday boys. So I know, woo. So we're going to start with Jim Murphy, whose birthday was October 3rd. And you know Jim Murphy. He's been everything, and he's been everywhere. He was the founder of the year, and he started out working for the old Mountain Bell telephone. Who remembers Mountain Bell? Okay, good. We're all old farts. I know. He was a co-owner of 3 small businesses, and he also, Yogi's Bar, E&M Distributors, and Mini Burritos, and My Brother's Place. So, happy birthday, Jim Murphy.
Thank you. I think they have the old guy go first so he can make it hopefully through the meeting. 28 years ago, I retired for the first time, and a fellow by the name of George Hawk, some of you old-timers would remember, was a member also of the VIP Breakfast Club, which I was at that time. And I just retired, looking around, invited me to a Rotary meeting, and it only took me 1 or 2 meetings to realize that I wanted to be a Rotarian and helping people in the community and throughout the world. So that's kind of how I was introduced to Rotary and stay today. And I'd like to give a check for Paul Harris, starting another Paul Harris Fellow for one of my nieces.
Thank you, Jim. And so we do the birthdays chronologically, not by age, but by date. Okay, so just so you know. Because next is Rick Rose, whose birthday was October 16th. And I love this. According to my younger sister, who is an extremely accomplished amateur genealogist, we are related to both Emma Lazarus, who wrote the poem on the Statue of Liberty, and Theodore Roosevelt. Who knew? So Rick, happy birthday. Can I touch you?
I can't verify that, but she's got a paper that's as long as this table that has a chronological thing back to the 17-somethings. But anyway, I just want to thank you all. I have been absent without leave up in Lake Placid for about 2 months. It's good to be back, and I can honestly say that I'm just honored to be a member of this group. I can think of no other organization in the world that does as much for the world and for the people of the world. So God bless you all, and thank you very much. By the way, since this is the first car show I've missed since we started it, I made a donation to the car show.
Thank you, Rick. All right. Next is Jake Blumenthal, whose birthday was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, November 4th, right. And he says, I had a hard time believing it, but I guess it's true. He said, since I joined the club about 13 months ago, I've lost roughly 60 pounds. 60. So congratulations, Jake, and we hope you don't change that.
Thank you, guys. I just want to say thank you for welcoming me into this club. I know despite my young age, you guys all inspire me to be a better person, colleague, friend, businessman, so I appreciate it, and I'm going to continue to participate and hopefully be the longest standing Rotarian ever. Thank you. I'll donate.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to donate $100, but of course, I don't have any checks, so I'll be back next week with that.
He may not be the longest standing, but he's certainly one of the taller Rotarians, right? And then, last but certainly not least, John Duvall, whose birthday is in 2 days, on November 7th. And in 2013, John completed his goal of having visited all 7 of the Earth's continents. How cool is that? John Duvall, come on up. Say happy birthday.
It was quite cold in Antarctica. Thank you, President Dott. And, I want to thank Mark Irvin, who sponsored me into this club twice. I'm hoping he got it right on the second time. And convenient here, Jim Murphy, my mentor, who guided me through the process. And lastly, I want to thank you all. I'm pleased and proud to be a member, and thank you for making this the greatest Rotary Club in the known universe. Thank you. And I have a check for Polio Plus.
Very generous, thank you. All right. Next, we have a fun thing, a presentation of a blue badge. And there he is, Mr. Steve Pickering.
Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. It is my pleasure today to announce that Randy Schultz has completed all of the necessary steps to become a blue badge member. It's an extensive list of things to do, and Randy's done them all. So please congratulate Randy, being the newest blue badge member of our club.
Hey, Randy. All right. Always good when people get promoted like that. And next up is Dan Com talking about a raffle, and Michelle is picking the tickets.
All right, the big pot. Sorry, I have to raise the microphone. I don't think it could go any lower. The big pot is a little over $500, and the small pot, the one that you're certain to win, is $70 today. So ticket number 291 621. 291 621. Who's got it? Ah, Diana. You know what? I think if you are smart next week or next time we do the raffle, you give Diana your money to buy your tickets. All right, I'll put it back in. Diana is donating it back to Rotary because she's won too many times. And you did not win the big pot, sorry. And there you go.
So at Rotary, there are all kinds of fun things for you to do if you're new members as a way to get to know other people, get involved in some of our fellowships, some of our activities, because the best way to get to know somebody is to work with them. So we've got announcements are on your table, they're on the website, and they're on our screen, but we've got cycling fellowship rides coming up November 8th and 15th. We've got a hiking fellowship on Sunday the 9th, that's this Sunday, and next Wednesday is our Rotary Eat events around town. So sign up on the website. I believe we have 4 or 5 already hosting. If you want to host one, you can call Dorina and we'll get it on, and people can join you, and it's just friends getting together for lunch. I've been to several. How many of you have been to an Eat event? Okay. So you know, they're fun, right? Yes. All right. They are great. Next Sunday, or let's see, next Sunday or Sunday after? The 16th, whenever that is. Sunday, November 16th, where's Lee? We're doing a road cleanup, and our road is on Oracle, right around River, and so if you drive by over that overpass, you can actually see the Rotary sign there. So if you want to go and help clean it up, it's great and it's fun, and it won't even be too terribly cold, and Lee has all the things that you need, reachers and grabbers and bags and all kinds of stuff. Ride to End Polio is on November 22nd. We'll hear about that more in a couple of minutes here. And we've got the Edge Interact is on November 25th. We've got on the 26th, there's no Rotary lunch meeting because the next day is Thanksgiving. But Saturday, December 13th, ding, 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 that is the Salvation Army bell ringing, which we'll also hear about in another minute. So anyway, so take a look on your table, on the website, and on the screen, because we have a couple of activities for those of you who want to get involved. It's a great way to do it, and it's fun. Red badge selfies, there we go. So red badgers, as you know, are our newer members, and so when you as a blue badge member see a red badge member, get your picture taken with them. And here they are up there. And let's see. So on slide number 1, oops, sorry, that was Scott Tilley and Nancy Gunger. There we go. And then there's Debbie Shepard, Marcy Euler, and Rob Same. Where's Rob? There's Rob's back there. All right. Slide 2 is Rob Same and John Harned. Then we have Rob Same, Marcy Euler, and Chuck Sawyer. Are you seeing a trend here? Because slide 3, Rob Same and Michael Guyman, Rob Same and Roger Harwell, and Sean Hoffman and Rob Same. So hi, Rob.
I think he's making money off of this.
He can never go incognito anymore, huh? I did mention our Rotary Eat is next week, so do sign up. Who all are hosting the upcoming one? All right, John, where are you guys going to be?
We're going to be at Kingfisher.
Kingfisher. Good seafood. All right, who else? There we go. Yeah. All right, thank you, Bruce. And Marcia. At Locale, great place. All right. So sign up and go have fun and eat. Curtis, where are you? Here we go. So I don't know if you guys remember this guy, but he hasn't been up here in a while, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Past President, his favorite title, Curtis Dawson.
It's been so long. I've missed this microphone. No.
And I think we're done. Are we done?
It is time for us to vote on the next slate for the board, which will be starting in July next year. It was difficult to get people to say yes when they realized they'd be serving with President-elect Bobby Larson, but I talked him into it. We were going to hold a debate, but we decided not to hold a debate. We will be voting on December 17th, next month, and the slate is, and they're all members of the greatest Rotary Club of the universe, is that right? Known universe. John Duvall, Cammie Evans, Eric Lamb, Tom McKinney, sorry, that was for you, Tom, Tom Moulton, and Bill Tong. Thank you all for saying yes. Again, we're voting on December 17th. Their bios will be emailed out if they haven't already, and they're at your table. I'm done now. Goodbye, microphone. It's been real.
And I still have to lower it again. Okay. So next we're going to hear from Jeannie Zita and Dave White about the car show. Woo!
Hey guys, did you see this slide up here? 27,238 tickets. Just in our ticket sales. We raised $272,000. This is awesome. This is great. You know, take your hand and pat the person next to you on the back and say, "Great job! Great job! Great job!" This Rotary Club pulled off such a great car show. This was amazing. The attendance was over the top. We got so many compliments on all the wonderful organization and the friendliness of everyone. It was a great car show. I would like to take a moment and just recognize some things that happen. They're a big part of our car show and part of what makes it a really significant event. The Classics Club. How many of you visited the Classics Club during the... Now, wasn't the food good? Yes. Wow, best ever. So, Steve Pickering, you're the big guy on this, and Daryl, you actually did all the work. So, would you guys stand up, please? And Pat Zumbush, where are you? Pat Zumbush was the sponsor of the stand up. Pat Zumbush and Wellspring Financial sponsored this event, and it is such a great event. You know, I had visitors there that go to car shows all over the place, and they said, "This Classics Club is awesome. This is really great." He said, "You know, when I go to Pebble Beach, lunch costs $500." So great job, you guys. Now the other event. Pardon? Oh, raising the prices. Okay, so, whew. So the other event that happens on Friday night is a very significant event. We call it the Friday night dinner. And yes, weird name, huh? For Friday night dinner that is attended by a whole lot of the people that show cars as well as our members. So it's a great mingling time. Faye and Eric, you guys have sponsored this. Go ahead and stand up. You guys have sponsored this for many, many years, and it's greatly appreciated. It is such a signature part of our event. And Jen Delaney is the master organizer of this thing. She is sick at home. Oh, so come on, just a big oh, because she's watching online and standing right now. So thank you, Jen, for organizing this. What a great event. Now, another person who just contributes so much in time, energy, and information and organization, Jeannie Zeta. My gosh. We couldn't do this car show without Jeannie, I don't think. Wow.
You did before I came.
Wow. It's so much better.
Well,
Jeannie, you're up.
Anyway, I feel delighted to be part of it all, and I love watching the ticket sales keep going up and up and up. And this year, I think more than ever, we've had more people get their tickets sold and in by the end of the car show weekend so that they would be part of this drawing. Because we've got 75 people in here that sold between 50 and 99 tickets, and they have a chance to win one of five $50 gift cards. 2 of them are to El Charro, compliments of me, and 3 of them are to Harlow Gardens, compliments of Bill and John. So, let's see, would you like to draw?
Oh, I think Doc should draw.
All right, we'll let Doc draw. Okay, number 1 winner is Cameron Moore. Is he here today? All right. And number 2. Sorry, it's folded. Kevin Boyle. Is Kevin here? Okay. They're all folded in half. I thought that was a good thing. Matt Sinclair. All right, Matt. Okay, you can pick it up. Another one is Cliff Wood. I know I'm sitting at a table.
All right, one more.
Okay. And last but not least, Dan Guar. All right. So if the 2 of you would see me afterwards, you can choose which kind of gift card you'd like. And I also just want to say we had exactly 50 people in this club who sold 100 tickets or more, which is wonderful. A big round of applause. Dave will be organizing the dinner for them and their guests at the Tucson Auto Museum in January at some date. And I want to thank everybody who sold tickets, because every single sale, every single purchase, it all added up together. We had more tickets sold at the event this year than for several years in a row. It was 4,051 at the event itself. So thank you, everybody, for helping make this a success. Oh, I'll move this out of the way, too. Sorry.
Tim is. What was the attendance? 20,000 plus or minus.
Good question.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Dave. There we go. I would say, to answer Tim's question, a lot. A lot. There was, 20,000 people at least, yeah. For our membership minute, so please welcome Alan Schroep from Camp Bow Wow in the back there, and Dan Comm. Take it away, guys.
Hey, I want to ask you guys a question. Have you ever thought about what you love about being in Rotary, and specifically this club? I appreciate that. So, as you're thinking about that, I've got a list here. I've already composed it. What on this list do you think is there? So, let's hear it. Rattle them off. What do you love? Fellowship. I hear fellowship. Service. Cookies. Programs. Okay. Oh, friends.
Ride to end polio.
Ride to end polio. Okay. So I appreciate that. Now I'm looking across this list. Here's what's on my list. Strong relationships. Purpose and meaning. Gratitude and a growth mindset. Physical health. Presence and mindfulness. And kindness and contribution. Anybody know what my list is? Keys to happiness. You ever thought about that? Rotary equals happiness. So, for membership, this year we're not going to be doing the membership drive that we've done in the past. Just want to let you know that. So what we want is for you always to be thinking about Rotary. Think about people you think would be a good Rotarian. Bring them to a meeting. It's free, right? They'll get a free lunch. They'll get to experience it, see if they like it, and then we can bring them on as a member. Thank you.
And I will go one better. If you have a prospective member and you think you want to bring them into Rotary, I think both Alan and myself, or together, we would love to buy you lunch out and talk about our Rotary experience with your prospective member. So if somebody thinks this is too big a crowd to talk about it, we're happy to do a one-on-one with them and talk about our Rotary experience if your person that you might want to bring in would be interested.
Great idea. Thank you, guys. Okay, so now to tell us about RTEP, the Ride to End Polio, is Ms. RTEP herself, Charlotte Harris. And notice that she doesn't have to touch the microphone to change it.
You're right, okay. I will. In our Rotary Club, we go from 4 wheels in October at our car show to 2 wheels in November with our Ride to End Polio. This year we have more team members than we've ever had in past years, with 10 riding an L Tour and 20 indoor ride participants. The photo on the screen shows our indoor riders at our indoor ride yesterday at the JCC. Some of our indoor participants choose a different activity like walking or taking a mountain hike, while others will ride on their own in various locations around Tucson. And on November 22nd, our L Tour riders will take up the torch to end polio for our club. So let me share with you the top 5 reasons to eradicate polio. It will improve lives, as without the vaccine, 16 million people would be paralyzed with polio today. We will make history. We are on the brink of eradicating a human disease for only the second time in history, smallpox being the first. It is an investment in the future. Within 10 years, as many as 200,000 children could be paralyzed by polio each year if it's not eradicated. We protect children. Our polio surveillance networks also monitor other health problems so they will be addressed sooner. And lastly, we would save money. A polio-free world will save the global economy $40 to $50 billion in health costs within the next 20 years. When Rotary in its optimism decided to eliminate polio worldwide in 1985, we had 350 cases of polio a year, almost 1,000 a day. After 40 years, we've gotten that down to 99 last year. And while we have 36 cases this year, those are less this time last year. I truly believe with adequate funding, we can eliminate polio in Pakistan and Afghanistan in the near future, but we have to keep the funding. Bill Gates, whose foundation matches donations 2 to 1 towards polio elimination, shares, quote, "Today we are closer than ever in wiping out polio for good, but we just need the world to stay committed." I say especially Rotary, to stay committed. Remember, if you're a first-time donor to the Rotary Foundation and you make a donation between $100 and $250, your contribution will be matched with recognition points towards your Paul Harris Fellow. And if you are 70 and a half, over 70 and a half, you can make a non-taxable qualified charitable distribution from your IRA, as the Rotary Foundation is nonprofit. So here's the invitation. On your tables are slips of paper listing our club's riders. On the back of the paper is the information on how to donate. Please take one of these slips with you and plan to join this special effort before mid-December. In closing, I would like to ask our Ride to End Polio riders to stand so we can show our appreciation for their dedication to eliminate polio. Thank you.
Before you sit down, Hugh Thompson was one of our indoor riders yesterday, so I want to award him the ceremonial water bottle that got left in his bike. So, thank you.
Can I just have a moment?
Please do.
Tomorrow, I have this opportunity on KVOI AM, YouTube, and Facebook to feature some of these folks on my radio show on KVOI from 7 to 9. And then TJ is going to clean up, and we're going to hear about all of the different kinds of activities. So tune in, kvoi.com or 10:30 a.m., and we can hear. The story is absolutely amazing about Rotary Club of Tucson and El Tour. So I hope you can tune in. Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. And tomorrow morning is not the first time that Tom's ever done a show about Rotary. Can you send the link and we can put it in the newsletter so everybody can listen?
That would be great. Yeah, we had one on the car show with Dave and the rest of his gang, and we sold tickets actually that day too, so it's good.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tom. We have a Happy Jackson, Bruce Jacobs.
So I'm excited to announce my grandson Ziggy, who's 2 years old, welcomed his baby sister about 3 weeks ago. Her name is Poe Lavon Bunger. Although at 8 pounds 3 ounces and almost 20 inches long, maybe it's his big sister. So.
And Bruce, you want to come up and get your ceremonial grandbaby? I think that says a dog. Here we go. It's not a bear. Catch. Oh, bad. Did I hit anybody? Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, and another Happy Jackson, Mr. Alan Rogers. There you are.
Yes, thank you. First, Switch Table has not signed the card for Frank Dahl's wife. Pass it that way. All right, why was the lifeguard not able to save the drowning hippie? He was too far out, man. All right, this Saturday, Cycling Fellowship. This ties in with the El Tour. Come ride with us to get prepared for riding the El Tour. It's at St. Philip's Plaza, River and Campbell by the Rin Coffee Shop, 8 o'clock. You do not have to be high performance. You can ride short, you can ride long, you can ride fast, you can ride slow. It's just the fellowship. And then be sure and wear your colors.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
We'll see you there.
Thing, we are trying to fill up the Salvation Army bell ringing on the 13th, and there's going to be in the newsletter a link so you can sign up if you want to do it. We're trying to add a 9th location and break out of Midtown and Easttown up in Oro Valley. So there's an Oro Valley location. We have 3 people, I believe, on it. I think we have 2 or 3 openings on that. So if you're in the Oro Valley area and you want to see us expand the program out, please sign up at that location. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thanks to our virtual guests. Let's wave again to Arnie Jacobson and Frank Dahl. Hi, guys. And everybody else who's on there that we don't know about. We hope everyone enjoyed this meeting, and especially hearing from Michelle and our amazing Tucson Botanical Gardens. On your tables, we have cups. Da-da-da. There we go. And these are for scholarships. So anything you put in here helps our Pima College and U of A scholarship people. And Roger, you want to? All right, Dominic, did you hear that? Dominic is a 4-year Rotary Scholar. Roger. Way to go, Dominic. Thank you, Roger. And way to go, Dominic. If you have a cell phone, there's a little code right here, and you can just donate that way, make it nice and easy, so those of you who forgot your checkbooks can still donate. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so happy birthday, Jim and Rick and Jake and John. Happy birthday. Thank you. Cookie sponsor Jim Wood. Where'd you go? There he is. All right, Jim Wood and Merrill Lynch. Thank you to the sponsor cookies. Thank you for all of our amazing board nominees. Great that you stepped up, so thank you, and we'll be voting in the next couple weeks. Congratulations, where's Randy, on your blue badge? Thank you to Michelle Conklin, CEO of Tucson Botanical Gardens, and her friends Holly and Sue for coming with us. Next week, there's no lunch meeting here. We're going to be eating around town, so sign up for that. Our next lunch meeting here is on November 19th, where we'll hear from Danielle Lusky, the presiding judge of Pima County Superior Court. So that should be very fascinating. And on December 3rd, mark your calendars, because our speaker will be Dr. Garamello, who's the president of the University of Arizona. So that should be a very interesting presentation. So Chris Dodge for our toast. Thank you.
In honor of our friends at the Tucson Botanical Garden. And as Rotarians, as we go out into the world this year and this week, and we reflect on the four-way test, remember that a tree is known for its fruit and people by our deeds. You're here.
All right. We are adjourned.
There you go.
Levinsky's taking charge of it. Let's see. Yeah, me, Bobby, Chuck, and I should know this off the top. There's a really nice Al Joy from Senegal is implementer.
Okay, well, this guy's been all around the world. Yes, today. Guy in the gray hair over there.
The guy in the gray hair.
Yeah, speaking to straight ahead.
Yes.
He's weird. He came up to me when I was selling tickets at the festival and said, I want to talk about Rotary. So I emailed him everything. He never emailed me back, but he showed up today.
Oh, good. So grab it.
I want to introduce you.
Okay, good. I'll look for it. Okay.